Let's go Falcons! Hey yo, batter up, let the ball begin. Solano Falcons, bound to show you how you win. Solano Baseball, all have tight skills. All stars everywhere with highlight reels. Everybody watch out, cause when it's game time, we going for the W, gonna make a name shine. Falcons dominate when the game's on the line. So go get your bell, Solano. Why? Cause it's game time, hey yo, it's game time. So let the games begin. Solano on the field and we gain in a win. Hey yo, it's game time. Don't you hear the people chant? Cause this is our house. Make way for the champ. It's game time.
Well, good afternoon, baseball fans. We are here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. I'm Zach Poff, and guess who was coming out of retirement and jumping on the mic with me here this afternoon? Big Kahuna, a.k.a. Greg Poff. How's it going, sir?
It's going great, and I tell you, Zach, great to be back in the broadcast
Beautiful
booth with you.
Saturday afternoon.
Beautiful Saturday afternoon, and this is like the old days when you and I were doing Solano Baseball on the little digital recorders.
MP3 recorder,
audio
baby.
only, and pretty familiar foes today as the Santa Rosa Bear Cubs are going up against the Solano Falcons, two teams very familiar with each other.
Yeah.
And if you're tuning in to watch this game, the thing you really want to pay attention to in today's game, you've got two of the better shortstops in all of Northern California going against each other. Santa Rosa, Jake Shiner, number 2, comes in hitting .438, 13 ribbies, 1 home run, 13 runs scored on the season. But oh, the Falcons, they are coming with Alvaro Rubalcaba.
Mr. Confidence.
Number 6, and he's off to a great start this year. His sophomore season off to a very hot start, hitting .487 on the season, 6 ribbies, and he's got 19 hits going for number 20 today. Should be an outstanding game here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium.
And partner Solano, the home team, obviously 4-6 record. Santa Rosa comes in 8-1 overall. Currently the number 3 squad in all of Northern California. Now Solano throwing out Nate Genest on the hill, making his 4th start on the season. 1-1 record with an ERA just over 3. And Santa Rosa has one of their better pitchers going today, and that is Dustin Oliver, who's 1-0 on the year with an ERA under 2, making his 3rd start on the season. Now for more on the Solano Falcons lineup, let's go ahead and run through that.
Joey Dyson, freshman infielder and outfielder, American Canyon High School.
Josh Lenny, freshman infielder, Montgomery High School.
Alvaro Rubalcaba, sophomore shortstop, Van High School.
Bo Siegel, sophomore first baseman, Rodriguez High School.
Garland Webster, freshman third baseman, Armijo High School.
Ian Acosta, sophomore catcher, Vacaville High School.
Darian Evans, sophomore outfielder, Rodriguez High School.
Connor Dick, redshirt freshman, Vacaville High School.
Alex Nesikevich, freshman outfielder, Del Campo High School.
Nathan Janess, sophomore pitcher, Benicia.
Well, partner, that is Solano's lineup, and we are a minute or two away from first pitch, so let's go ahead and run through Santa Rosa's lineup real quick. Leading off the center fielder, Bryce Nagata, coming in batting .243, batting second, the catcher, Ryan Haug.
Haug, you got it, baby.
Home. Batting in the 3-hole, Weston Bryan, the first baseman. Bat cleanup, Mr. Zach Hall, Mitchell West batting 5th, Ryan Walsh and Jake Schneider, 2 of the better hitting freshmen in the country, batting 6th and 7th, both batting above .400 this year, and Jake Hedrick, along with Michael Reynolds, round out the lineup for the Bear Cubs. Now looking at Solano, you got Nate Genest on the hill making his 4th start, and I was real impressed with Nate Genest last week against the number 1 team, arguably in the entire state of California, of course, San Joaquin Delta. He ended up getting a loss in that one, but only allowed 3 runs after kind of a struggle through the first inning, but really found his pace after that.
Yeah, he struggled with his control a little bit early, but got that under control. And, boy, you look at the Falcons and their non-conference schedule thus far. They come into the game 4-6. They got that win against Hartnell on Tuesday, but that was sandwiched between 2 games previously against Delta. Now they're playing their 2nd of 2 games against Santa Rosa. Delta number 1 in NorCal, Santa Rosa number 3. So some tough opponents for this young Falcon squad. This is going to pay dividends for them, I think, later in the season, especially once they get into conference play.
And now with this game, 9 of the Falcons' first 11 games this year have come against top 20 teams in Northern California. Well, partner, we are about set for first pitch. Bryce Nagata, the center fielder, leading off for the Bear Cubs. And, of course, Santa Rosa comes in from the Big Eight, as I always call them, the SCC of community college baseball, really the top conference in all of Northern California and maybe in the entire state of California. And strike one. Home plate umpire Jeff Gorman, and the infield umpire today, the one and only, the lovely Brian Rose. 0-2.
Two nice pitches by Nate Janess, just working the outside part of the plate.
And just a hair outside, so the count now 1-2. And the one thing with Nate Janess, he always pitches very quickly. So he would be a fan of the new rules in Major League Baseball now, the little shot clock. Nagata gets just a piece, staying alive, 1-2.
Yeah, good job by Nagata, just getting a piece of that. Good movement on the pitch by Janess. Good job by Nagata, staying alive.
And I guess it wouldn't be a shot clock. I guess we can call it a pitching clock. So the count 1-2. Nagata leading off for the Bear Cubs. And he takes strike three. And that's been one of the issues with Nate Janess this year, has been that strikeout to walk ratio coming into today. Only 5 strikeouts to 10 walks, but starting off nice here with the strikeout to start this game off.
Yeah, and it looks like Brian Rose letting him have the outside part of the plate.
Jeff Gorman, the home plate umpire today. Brian Rose, the infield ump.
Oh, I had those.
That's what I'm here for, partner.
Thank you, sir.
I'm pretty sure you'll be saving me later on in this broadcast.
When we get to Nesikevich.
So Ryan Haug, the catcher, batting .323, takes the first pitch, strike one.
Ryan Haug, another freshman for Santa Rosa. You look at this team.
1-1.
All freshmen, except for 2 players. Got Dustin Oliver freshman. Michael Reynolds at second base and Weston Bryant at first, the only sophomore starters.
Nice cut. And this one's going to tail out of play down the right side. So Janess the head on Haug, 1-2. And Weston Bryant on deck, one of the 2 sophomores in the starting lineup here today for head coach Damon Needlinger. And, I mean, remarkable job he's done with the Bear Cubs. 15th season as the head coach. Led them to the 2005 state championship. 1-2. Fouled towards the Falcons' dugout.
And they're always in the mix. Always getting into the playoffs, a lot of appearances in the Super Regionals, just an outstanding overall baseball program, and they've been good for quite some time.
Yeah, he's led them to 2 Final Four appearances, and as an assistant back in '99, also part of that one. This one fouled straight back. And Stover's not the only one with the Bay Valley coaching crown to his name. 2001 and 2004, Nedlinger was the Bay Valley Conference Coach of the Year, back when Santa Rosa used to be in the Bay Valley. This one smoked right at Connor Dick. So 2 up and 2 down for Janess.
And Connor Dick getting the start at third base today. And Garland Webster, who typically we'll see at third, moving over to first base.
And that gives us a chance to go through the Falcons' defense. Of course, Nate Janess pitching. Ian Acosta, the catcher here this afternoon. Garland Webster over at first. Josh Lenny at second. Rubel Cobb, of course, shortstop. Connor Dick, who just made the play at third. Nesikevich, Joey Dotson, and Darion Evans from left to right. Strike one to the number 3 hitter, Weston Bryant, batting .324 with 8 RBIs on the season for the lefty first baseman.
And that was a good pitch by Janess at the knees inside corner. He's getting that one too.
0-2. And that's got to be a good confidence builder for Nate Janess. Kind of struggled in the first inning last week against Delta. And off to a quick start here. 1, 2, 3 inning for Nate Janess through the top of the first. No score.
My name is Rubel Cobb. I'm a sophomore infielder. And thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Santa Rosa here today. Dustin Oliver, and man, he's having a really good start to the season. 1-0 record, 1.64 earned run average, making his 3rd start. He's thrown 11 innings this year so far. Not a strikeout guy, only 3 strikeouts on the year. Only 2 walks also, too. So he's a guy that just goes out and lets his defense play and just throws strikes.
Yeah, Santa Rosa only 1 loss thus far on the season, and a big reason for that has been their outstanding pitching. Dustin Oliver, also Garrett Hill, who faced the Falcons on Thursday. Excellent pitcher, .41 ERA for Mr. Hill.
That's a very high ERA there.
And Oliver, as you said, not too shabby at 1.64. So those are their 2 main starters, outstanding earned run averages.
So Joey Dotson leading off for the Falcons. Usually we see Rubalcaba 1 or 2, but Rubalcaba now batting third for Scott Stover here this afternoon, and Josh Lenny sandwiched in between Dotson and Rubalcaba, the top 3 for the Falcons. Dotson shows bunt, pulls it back, ball 1.
And Dotson, who started the season starting at second base, now in center field, I think for his second start on the season, in center.
1-1.
And Dodson, excellent hand-eye coordination, really handles the bat well, and boy, this kid can run.
Just off the inside part, ball 2, and Dodson batting .242 this year with 6 RBIs on the season. 8 for 33 on the season. And as you mentioned, partner, once he gets on the bases, he can fly. 5 runs scored. Count now even at 2-2.
So Oliver getting that outside corner just like Janess did in the first inning. Top of the first. Boy, Janess looked good, didn't he? 1, 2, 3, just what the Falcons needed.
This one hit to the right side, and this one goes off the glove of Weston Bryan, but stays with it and flips it to the pitcher Oliver for the first out.
And you see how fast Dodson gets down the first baseline. That really puts pressure on the defense and might have been the reason for the bobble. He's just so long and lanky, and he's got those long strides. He just eats up yardage as he works his way down the base paths.
Nice job by Weston Bryan, the first baseman, to stay with it, and a nice flip to Oliver. Now Josh Lenny steps in the box, this second baseman. Nice curve ball, strike 1. Lenny batting a even .300 this year. One and 2.
Good pitch by Oliver there. And Josh Lenny, he hails from Santa Rosa. Actually makes the drive from Santa Rosa here to Solano every morning.
My mistake, it's 0-2. I should know now. Don't trust Mark on the scoreboard. Count now 1 and 2.
Still early in the season. In fact, the Falcons getting towards the end of their non-conference schedule. They'll have one more game against American River before they start conference play.
Count now 2 and 2.
Falcons currently 4 and 6, but again, that's against a really tough non-conference schedule. American River, the only unranked team that they've played.
And this one fouled straight back. I believe Hartnell, too, wasn't in the top 20. And
Absolutely
that was just
right.
an offensive shootout. 12-9 victory for Solano. I believe that was back on Tuesday.
Solano had a big lead and then just kind of held on to come away with that 12-9 victory.
Bo Siegel hit a bomb in that one. And count now full. Good take right there by Josh Lenny, the freshman from Montgomery High School.
And Lenny's probably played against a lot of these kids playing for Santa Rosa in high school.
3-2. This one hit right at the second baseman, Michael Reynolds. Throw to first, 2 down. That gives us a chance to look at the Santa Rosa defense. Dustin Oliver pitching, Ryan Haug, the catcher, Weston Bryan at first, Michael Reynolds at second, Jake Schneider, the shortstop, and Jake Hedrick was added to the lineup about 10 minutes before first pitch now over at third base. Ryan Walsh in left, Bryce Nagata in center, and Zach Hall, the right fielder for the Bear Cubs. Now you get a look at Alvaro Rubalcaba, batting .487 this year. First game batting in the 3 spot, I believe. This one up the box, and it goes off the glove of Michael Reynolds. That'll go down as a single for Rubalcaba.
That'll be his 20th hit on the season.
And coming into this game, he's had a hit in every game. Now you can add that hitting streak to 11. And Rubalcaba, I mean, just the year he's having. He's right now on that short list of guys that will have a chance to win Northern California Player of the Year honors. Right now, he's 7th in all of California in batting average, hits, and triples. And you got to watch him on the base pass as well. 5 for 6 on the season. And you probably expect him to go here with 2 down, try and get into runner or get into scoring position. As Oliver throws over to first.
Yeah, Rubalcaba, as you said, leadoff hitter, but he's just hitting so well. Coach Stover wanted to move him into that 3 spot.
So ball 1 to Bo Siegel, batting .320, and as mentioned earlier, hit his 1 home run on Tuesday against Hartnell in that 12-9 victory. 3 RBIs on the season for the DH here in Stover's lineup today. Outside corner, strike one.
So pretty wide strike zone today.
And all you can ask for out of umpires is
Consistency.
just, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's better to be consistently bad than inconsistent. Throw over to first again, and Oliver's keeping a close eye at Rubalcaba. Good speed on the base pass for Scott Stover. Oliver steps off. Rubalcaba trying to get in his head a little bit and might help out Bo Siegel as maybe can get Oliver to rush the pitch and leave one hanging. Rubalcaba takes off on the curveball, head first, and he is out. Nice throw by the catcher, Ryan Haug. And that is how the first inning ends. Rubalcaba had the single, but got gunned down at second through one. No score.
So now I'm joined with Darian Evans, sophomore outfielder. Darren, how you doing today?
Doing all right. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. Well, thank you for joining us. You know, sophomore season coming here. You had an injury prior to this season, so kind of tell us a little bit your recuperation process.
Well, I broke my ankle in the summer of 2014. Broke my ankle, had surgery, got 7 pins and a plate. And pretty much just when I was hurt, I just basically tried to watch what I ate and then kind of just slowly try to come back, you know, by working upper body, doing what I can to prepare myself for the season.
Nice. So now you're fully prepared. What are your expectations for this team this season?
Well, I think we need to just, you know, get together as a group of guys. We got a lot of good guys in this team. You know, we got a lot better talent than I think last year. And I think we need to just pretty much come together as a core group and win games. I mean, this is a really good program. It's a prestigious program, you know, a lot of honorable mentions here. And, you know, just look forward to doing my best and, you know, hopefully go to the next level.
All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck this season. Thank you for sitting with us here today, and we'll see you out there later in the game.
All right.
Well, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters here in the top of the second, and boy, I mean, both pitchers, quick pace, quick first inning. Nate Genest with 2 strikeouts out of the 3 outs. Now Zach Hall batting .281, hits this one pretty well to right. Darian Evans over his head, plays it off the fence. It gets it back in. That'll be a leadoff double for Zach Hall, swinging at the first pitch.
Boy, and that ball just carried and carried, kept slicing right, and just no chance for Evans, who really gave chase, just couldn't quite catch up to it.
That'll bring up Mitchell West, the designated hitter, and talk about depth in the lineup for Santa Rosa. 364 average for West. Then you got Ryan Walsh on deck, batting .429, and then Jake Shiner in the 7th spot, leading the squad, batting .438.
Yeah, that middle of the lineup is just brutal.
A little outside ball one, and Mitchell West with 9 RBIs on the season. Hoping he can at least, at minimum, get Zach Wall another 90 feet over to third. I mean, it's so crucial to get that run to the third, especially with nobody out. 1-1 as Janess paints the inside part for strike one. And now first chance to see Nate Janess pitching out of the stretch here after the leadoff double. A righty-on-righty matchup with a right-handed hitting designated hitter, Mitchell West. So 1-1 and foul ball.
You know, we saw Darian Evans in right field trying to chase down that double by Hall. Had a chance in between innings to see Stosh Samoida, one of our broadcasters here at Solana College Sports Network, sitting down with Darian Evans.
I was like, wait, Stosh is here? I thought he's in San Francisco right now.
Judging at a speech tournament.
A 1-2. And West not able to check his swing, so that is the 3rd strikeout for Genest here early on.
Great movement on that pitch by Genest, and West just completely fooled.
So that'll bring up Ryan Walsh, the freshman left fielder, batting .429.
So Genest came in with just 5 strikeouts on the season.
He's almost matched that.
Almost double that with 3 here in the first inning and a half.
Walsh swinging at the first pitch, fouls it over the Falcons' dugout, strike one. And this is a big game for Solano. They battled Delta pretty tough, but 0-2 against Delta. And Santa Rosa got the best of Solano on Thursday, 7-2 win. So talk about a confidence builder for Solano here. If they can find a way to get this one out, and they only have 2 non-conference games remaining, including this one. So it'd be nice to get a little swag going into conference play. Chopper to first. Webster has it, flips it to Janess, 2 down. As Zach Hall moves over to third.
So they get the runner over, but now with 2 outs, which is a nice break for the Falcons. If Janess can get out of this inning without giving up a run, that would be huge for the Falcons. I think it's so important for them today to get on the board
no
first.
doubt.
And as you said, too, a win today, I think. Now, you at least got 1 win again in the 4 games against 2 of the better teams in all of California.
And I was going to say here, you got first base open. You're facing a guy that's batting .438 with 1 home run and 13 RBIs. On deck is Jake Hedrick, was a late addition to the lineup. Is 1 for 12 this year. So, I mean, if you're Janess here, just go around the strike zone as this one is floated into right. Janess like, dude, I got this. Darren Evans makes the play just in fair territory through 1.5, no score.
Hi, my name is Rebecca LeCount. I'm one of the counselors here at Solano Community College. I'm here to let you know that counselors are available to help you with academic and career advising. Our job is to help you successfully reach your goals. Whether your goal is to obtain a certificate, an associate's degree, or to transfer, it's important to have an educational plan to guide you along the way. We want to make sure that you are taking the classes that you need and not taking ones that won't help you reach your goals. I encourage you to come by the counseling office to see a counselor to develop or update your educational plan as soon as possible. For new students, creating an educational plan is one of the steps that you need to take in order to obtain priority registration. Developing the ED plan will allow you to plan your semester schedule in advance and will give you a better chance to get those classes that you need. You can drop by the counseling office in Building 400 on the main campus or call to make an appointment at 707-864-7101. You can also book appointments online at solano.edu. We also have counseling appointments available in Vacaville, Vallejo, and at the Travis Air Force Base. Remember, we're here to help you. Please come by and see us today.
Well, partner, you're not seeing things here. Bo Siegel back in the box to start off this inning. Of course, he was in the box when Rubalcaba got gunned down trying to steal second, which should benefit Bo Siegel a little bit, able to see a few pitches from Dustin Oliver. And he's got the lefty on righty matchup. Garland Webster, the number 5 hitter, due up second in the inning, and Ian Acosta due up third. And Acosta off to a good start this year, batting .294. A lot different start for Acosta this year compared to his freshman season. Nice hook there for strike 1.
Not much wind at all today here at Billy and Louise Yarbrough Stadium.
This one hit well. And that one's going to roll all the way to the just in front of the fence. That'll be a leadoff single or leadoff double for Bo Siegel.
So Bo Siegel, just like Zach Hall did in the previous inning for the Bear Cubs, gets the Falcons off here in the bottom of the second with the leadoff double. Santa Rosa was unable to get Hall home. Let's see if the Falcons can get on the board first.
And knowing Scott Stover, I would say there's about a 95% chance of a bunt right here. And that was the difference between Santa Rosa and the top half of the inning. They elected not to go with the bunt attempt. Able to get the strikeout there. Didn't get the run over to third till there was 2 outs. Webster, perfect bunt, makes the third baseman Jake Hedrick field it. Strong throw over to first for the out, but Garland Webster does his job and gets down the sacrifice bunt.
Yeah, well executed bunt by the freshman first baseman Garland Webster. Does his job. And now Siegel's standing at third, and here comes Ian Acosta, the catcher, up to the plate trying to get the Falcons on the board first here.
And just to tell you about Stover, I almost will guarantee he was more happy watching the bunt than he was watching the double. So Ian Acosta going Moises Alou, no batting gloves. 1 down, runner on third. A little high, ball 1.
Good eye by Acosta there. So Ian Acosta, the sophomore out of Vacaville. As you said, Zach, hitting .294.
And if you're Acosta here, you just got to get a ground ball. Nice cut. Fouled out of play down the right side as the middle infielders playing normal depth. Yeah. And they're basically saying, if you make contact here, we're going to go ahead and give you this run here in the second inning. And you'll see that, of course, with early in the game. You're not going to have the infield come in when the score is 0-0. Nice fastball. Acosta a little late, 1-2.
Yeah, fastball away there, and Acosta just couldn't reach it. As you said, a little bit late, too.
So now if you're Acosta, got to shorten everything up a little bit with 2 strikes. Bo Siegel on third, and Acosta takes strike 3. Painted perfectly on the outside corner from Dustin Oliver, his first strikeout of the game.
Yeah, Oliver just pounding the outside corner there and makes quick work of Acosta. So now 2 outs and Darian Evans up.
The D-Money. And Darian Evans not off to the best start this year, only batting 182, 2 RBIs, and I would say he's got the most pop on the entire Falcons roster. This one hit high to right, and this one is carrying. And a nice catch made by Zach Hall over the shoulder basket catch. So the Falcons can't score after the leadoff double through 2, 0-0.
Hello, this is Tyler Stover from the Solano College Sports Network. I'm here on a brisk afternoon at the Blue-Gray game. I'm here with Nate Janest and Chris Ross, the aces of the staff. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. Thank you for asking. Doing great.
Fantastic. All right, so we're just going to ask a few questions today, pitching questions. First one's going to be for you, Chris Ross. How important do you think keeping hitters off balance with their off-speed pitches are?
It's extremely important because you get that first pitch fastball strike and you have to come back and keep them off balance because they're going to be expecting something. And if you want to keep them off balance, you got to throw off speed. And I really rely on my changeup just to get them out in front and hopefully they roll over, hit a little pop up, and just do my thing.
And for Janest, how important do you think location is? Especially he talked about getting guys off with their off-speed pitches, but how important do you think location is?
I think location is the most important part of pitching. I mean, you can be a velocity guy, but location is the most important. If you can hit your spots, you can get guys out. 3 pitchers or less is our goal here at Solano, and keep the pitch count down, keep the game moving. So location, location, location.
Well, top of the third, no score in this one, and Santa Rosa will send up their bottom 2 in the order, then back to the top with Bryce Nagata here in the top of the third, and Nate Janest been pitching very well for Solano here. Swing and a miss, strike 1 to Jake Hedrick, batting .083, only 12 at-bats this year, 1 hit. 0-1, outside corner, so we've seen consistency with the outer part of the plate from home plate umpire Jeff Gorman. And you got to be happy if you're a pitcher there getting the little extra 6 inches. Chopper to the vacuum. Rubalcaba shows off his cannon. 1 up, 1 down.
I like that nickname, the vacuum.
Mm-hmm. You know, it should be like the vacuum 2.0, because I'm pretty sure I used to call it, well, actually, no, we used to go Superman for Bubba. So, of course, Bubba Johnson, the best, I don't know, actually. I was going to say the best Solano player I've seen, but Victor Romero's like, come on. I don't know.
That's a tough one.
And we did see Tommy Pavesi, too. So, outside corner, strike 1. Well, partner, we were talking about this before the game, and Santa Rosa, maybe the best program. This one fouled straight back in all of Northern California. I mean, they've just been a prestigious powerhouse in baseball. And when Stover came in, Santa Rosa was really the one program that he kind of saw, was like, we need to kind of be just like these guys. And you've seen it develop here for Solano.
Yeah, I remember we were doing a game probably 4 years ago when we were just doing the one-camera broadcast. Yeah. Cody Carror, the former coach, and he was telling us they really patterned a lot of what they do as far as their system.
1-2, skied into center. Joey Dotson, no trouble, 2 up, 2 down here.
Cody Carror, the former pitching coach for the Falcons, was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame here in the alumni game back in October.
So is Stover just letting anybody get in? No, Cody's my guy. He is one of the best pitchers, and he was really on that squad that was the one that really started the turnaround progress. And that team really wasn't the one that won the BBC, but that was like the 1 year where it's like, okay, things are starting to look bright here for Solano. And You've seen that, and what Stover has 5-6 BVC titles after that, had a success of 5 in a row at one point. I think 5 BVC titles, 7 or 8 playoff appearances under Stover. I mean,
and when Coach Stover took over, I mean, this was a really dismal program. I think they were like 3-win season, I think, when he took over. And by 2006, had him in the playoffs.
So the count now 2-2 to Bryce Nagata.
And it is tough coaching on the community college level because kids are only eligible for 2 years, but so many kids who come through the junior colleges, there's so much transition going on. I mean, you're really lucky if you have a good kid stay for 2 years.
2-2, weekly hit to first. And Nagata got lucky there as that hit a little rock or something and just shot straight right.
Yeah, that ball needed to put its blinker on. I mean, that was a big right turn there. And that looked like that might be trouble because the ball was really starting to slow down in the grass.
Yeah, Garland Webster, luckily a very athletic first baseman, probably would have been able to make the play pretty easily.
Oh, yeah. Webster would have been on it.
2-2.
Oh, baby.
Have a seat. 4 strikeouts for Nate Janest, and through 2.5. No score yet.
Hi, my name is Ian Acosta, sophomore catcher, and thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Well, it's been almost deja vu, top half, bottom half in this one. Santa Rosa sent out the 8-9-1 guys in the top half of the third, and now Stover sent out his 8-9-1 guys here in the bottom of the third. Connor Dick, Alex Naskevich.
You got it, baby.
And then back to top of the order with Joey Dodson. Connor Dick, a little slow start here so far in the year, batting $125, but he's been stellar with the glove this year so far over at third. Made a nice play in the game we did last Saturday against Sac Joaquin Delta. Swinging at the first pitch, fisted. And a smart job by Schneider to...
Safe.
I guess not a smart job by Schneider to let it roll. I don't think he was going to be able to catch that one, and he did get himself positioned to make a play, but Connor Dick, excellent speed. Going down the first base line, the freshman from Vacaville High School, the former Bulldog.
Yeah, got a couple kids from Vacaville playing, and of course, we've had the pleasure of having the former Bulldog Tyler Stover in the broadcast booth doing the color commentator.
Made him have to work today. Couldn't join here. So
that was funny. Yeah, kid's got to work. He only has 2 classes.
I think he said 1. Bunt to third. High throw. 1 down. Good job by Nasikevich there. Gets the bunt down and gets Connor Dick into scoring position with 1 down. So,
well, just 1 class if you don't count mine. He's got the sports broadcasting class, and he's got the math class.
Yeah, and I mean, Stover said math class. What he really should have said was stats. I mean, I understand the pain. That stats sucked.
Yeah, I call it sadistics.
So Joey Dodson, 1 down here with Connor Dick on second. Stover's hoping his starting center fielder can come through with a hit here with 1 out. And he's trying to bunt for a hit here. Bunts it hard down the first base side and foul. Joey Dodson, the freshman from American Canyon High School.
Yeah, we had the chance to cover him when he was playing high school football there.
Wow.
We did that American Canyon game a couple years ago.
He was a DB?
He was a defensive back. He was a cornerback.
Yeah, I mean, he's tall, skinny,
and he was the backup running back to Jamon Dotson.
And Jamon Dotson now.
He's at Oregon, right?
Along with Chris Cisse. And Chris Cisse getting a lot of PT in the Rose Bowl game in that big win against Florida State. And our girl running the board here today, Chelsea's not going to be happy in bringing this one up, but he didn't have a good game against Ohio State.
He didn't.
But I don't think anybody could stop the Ezekiel Elliott in that one. Yes, you are mad, Chelsea. It's all good. And Dotson got a little scared. He saw the ball kind of coming towards him and still got the bunt off, but foul. Cardinal sin right there. You never want to bunt it in the air, but luckily for Dodson, out of reach of the first baseman, Weston Bryan. So now with 2 strikes, you're going to most likely see Dodson swing the metal here.
And you could see that Dodson was a little frustrated with himself, not able to get that bunt down. Really prides himself on executing the plays perfectly.
Can't lay off the high cheese. 2 down. Second strikeout for Dustin Oliver.
Yeah, good pitch by Oliver, just up and away, and Dodson's eyes got big, thought he was going to hit it somewhere, and swung right under it.
Josh Lenny.
And if you're Solano here in the bottom of the third, you're hoping Lenny can find a way to get on here and allow Rubalcaba to have a chance to bat with the runner in scoring position.
And Lenny's been good with runners in scoring position, leading the team with 8 runs batted in on the season. And he'd probably like to do it against Santa Rosa, where he hails from.
Yeah, Josh Lenny, the 6'1", 165-pound right-handed freshman, Montgomery High School. A little high and tied inside, ball 1.
Wind picking up just a bit, blowing towards left center field now.
Because when this game started, there wasn't any wind here.
Yeah, getting close to March. That's when the wind really picks up here at Billy and Louise Yarbrough Stadium. Good pitch there by Oliver again.
Yeah, if you're Oliver or Nate Genest here, there's no reason to pitch anywhere but outside. You're getting that extra 2 to 3 inches on the outer part of the plate. You got to just keep painting on the outside. And if you're a hitter here, maybe you got to move a little closer to home plate. Got to cover that outside part. As Lenny fouls this one straight back. Count now 1-2.
Oliver just came with a high, hard one there. And
if you're Rubalcaba right here, it's like, I'm batting .487, coach. Have someone else come grab the foul ball. All right? I ain't got time for that.
Well, that's the beauty of Coach Stover. Everybody is equal.
Yeah.
What a great job he's done with this squad, both on and off the field.
As Oliver steps off.
You know, Coach Stover really works these kids hard to get the best they have on the field, but also he really motivates them to do well in the classroom as well. I've had a lot of his kids in my class, and they all do pretty well.
Swing and a miss from Josh Lenny, so good job by Oliver as he strands Connor Dick at second, gets back-to-back strikeouts, so through 3 innings, 0-0.
Hey, my name is Chris Rost, and I'm a sophomore pitcher for the Solano Falcons. A good student athlete in Solano College Baseball works hard at his academics by attending class every day and arriving early to prepare for the lecture. But an example of an ideal student athlete also includes performing on the field as a good player and teammate. A quality student athlete puts his teammates first the moment he steps on the field and makes sure he arrives fully prepared to fulfill whatever role he possesses on the team. We cannot succeed as individual players. We can only succeed by coming together as one force, a team built on trust and a team built on unity. What you do on the field is as equally important as to how you spend your free time off the field. What separates the men from the boys is what you do when no one is watching. An important part of being an athlete in general is to be disciplined. And that heavily comes into play when it comes to doing what you need to do in order to enhance your skills. A lot of work is required to be the ideal student athlete in Solano College Baseball. Good grades and on-field performance and off-field discipline all require hard work to achieve, but the potential for opportunities career-wise and athletically are all worth the struggle. As a student, my primary goal is to work hard at my academics so that I may transfer and graduate with a bachelor's degree. However, my present goal as a baseball player at Solano is to make playoffs and help our team win the state title. This goal isn't something that'll be handed to us.
Well, partner, through the first 3, it's been all about the pitching here. There's no score in this one. Nate Genest has gone 3 innings, 4 strikeouts, only 1 hit allowed, and he's just been on point so far in this one. That one a little low. Ball 1, and then looking at Dustin Oliver on the other hand, he's gone 3 innings, no runs, 2, has allowed 3 hits and has 3 strikeouts. So it's been about the pitchers here. It's a nice hook there for Genest for the strike.
Good pitch by Genest, and in between innings, a chance to hear from Chris Ross, the other starting pitcher for the Falcons.
This one hit well, right center. It's going to bounce in front of Darian Evans for a leadoff single from the number 2 hitter, Ryan Haug.
Evans, good job getting over there to cut that one off. Hold Haug to a single.
And you mentioned in the break between innings there, you saw Chris Ross. Now, Solano's not going to do anything this year unless Chris Ross gets on track. It's been a little bit of a struggle. He's really the guy that really was one of the bright spots last year.
Really came on at the end of the season.
But this year it's been a little bit of a struggle early on for Chris Ross. He's 0-4 in all 4 of his starts with a 7.11 ERA. So the good news is it can probably just get better from here on out. And Chris Ross, a guy that will figure it out.
And he started slow last year and really came on, especially once the Falcons got to conference play.
Strike one.
Because he was just kind of a spot reliever out of the bullpen, but started pitching better and better, and then ended up being a starter towards the end of the season.
If things don't get better for Chris Ross, we could see maybe a guy like Dylan Dumape who's doing the exact same thing Ross was doing last year. He's kind of been that spot guy and really eating up innings coming out of the bullpen. He's pitched pretty well this year.
He's pitched real well.
Swing
the
and
lefty,
miss.
Adam Rodriguez. And then also Adam Coates has been real effective out of the bullpen.
So that's what I wanted to bring up too, partner. I mean, you look at Solano's three-headed monster. I call it the Kansas City Royals version here in community college baseball. And you got those three stud relief pitchers and Austin Abernathy, Adam Coates, along with David Hostler.
Dustin LeBeat's been another guy that's been pretty effective. He actually started against Santa Rosa, struggled a little bit in that 7-2 loss, but he's another kid that's going to be a spot starter.
And you just look at what Abernathy, Coates, and Hostler have done this year. Combined 1-0, 1.72 ERA, 3 saves, 2 for Abernathy, 1 for Coates, and 12 strikeouts and a whip just over 1 for the 3 guys combined. Foul tip into Acosta's gloves. That's another strikeout for Nate Janest. 5 strikeouts here through 3 1/3. He had 5 strikeouts entering this contest throughout the whole season.
If my math serves me correct, he's doubled that amount.
You must have done well in stats.
No, that's why I teach speech. I got through college without taking a math class.
Well, I mean, did they even have school back then? Or?
They did.
Is that when you use like rocks to write stuff? Or?
No, we just had to ride the horses to school.
This one fouled straight back. And the typewriter days?
Yep.
And I'm being serious about
How
this
would
one.
you like doing that? You got to write a
gosh.
term paper on a typewriter.
I mean, I don't.
Get the whiteout out.
I mean, it's hard enough to do it on a laptop.
You kids don't know how easy you have it.
Just wait till like the next generation kids, how easy they're going to have it. Double play ball. Hit right to second, flip to first, or second for one. Rubalcaba.
On the turn, baby. Smooth.
4-6-3 inning ending double play through 3.5, 0-0.
To be a successful student athlete at Solano College, you have to be on top of all your priorities, and that's just not with baseball. Our coaches here at Solano want us to become good men in our society. Some of the things I need to work on is going to class and getting my work done that needs to be done. I can tell myself, oh, I can get that done later, or I have time tomorrow, but in reality, I do not have time when I have to catch up on school and play baseball. I put in the work I feel I need to be successful, but maybe if I gave more, I could be that much better. And that's one of the things that I've learned here at Solano. You can't go through the motions and expect to be good because the game is faster and the competition is better.
Man, I get a little sad when I hear Dropkick Murphy's shipping out to Boston, because who's it make me think of? Mr. Kagan
Hopkins, baby.
And, of course, Kagan Hopkins, one of the many Solano alums that have gone on and had success at the next level. Outstanding pitcher for Chico State for a couple of years. And
in his days here with the Falcons, he was straight up cash money out of the bullpen, baby.
Straight cash, homie. And now looking at the current Falcons here, their best player is in the box right here, Alvaro Rubalcaba. And back to his usual, kind of leading off in the bottom of the 4th. Rubalcaba had a single in his first at-bat and then got gunned down trying to steal second as Ryan Howe threw a can into second. This one fisted. Left field. Good job, Ryan Walsh, there to kind of shade the sun. 1 up, 1 down.
Yeah, that ball just ran in on him a little bit and hit it off the handle. And there in between the innings, a chance to hear from Garland Webster. You know, we were talking about Coach Stover. And what a good job he does as far as really teaching and developing the talent on the field. But he really works with the kids to do well in the classroom. He brought the entire baseball team into our TV studio, made them all give a speech on what it means to be a Solano baseball player. You've heard Chris Ross and Garland Webster talk about that.
Stover chilling in the back with his popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he brought in Subway sandwiches. I mean, all kinds of stuff. It was outstanding.
We
didn't have a fridge. I didn't want you to get food poisoning. I'm always thinking about you.
Cal 2-0 to Bo Siegel. And Back in the second, he led off the inning with the double and ended up getting stranded at third base. That's been the closest the Falcons have come to scoring here. This one hit well, but right at the shortstop. Good job by Jake Schneider. And Shiner stays with it after the tricky hop. So 2 up and 2 down. And boy, Justin Oliver and Nate Genest really controlling the pace of this one.
And Siegel, he got good metal on that. He hit it hard, but unfortunately right at Shiner and
I mean,
took a hop and bam.
We're getting spoiled here this afternoon watching Jake Schneider along with Alvaro Rubalcaba. I mean, 2 of the better shortstops in not just Northern California, but the entire state of Cali. So Garland Webster, the pretty face you just saw on the commercial there, takes strike 1.
Strike zone getting a little wider and taller there. That pitch definitely below the knees.
Jeff Gorman might have early dinner plans here. Can't be staying here too long.
Well, we're just 55 minutes in, and
it's going.
Already bottom of the 4th.
The 1-1 from Oliver. Low, 2-1. Garland Webster. No official at bat so far. Had the sacrifice bunt in the second to move Bo Siegel over to third. Webster coming into today. 306 average with 2 RBIs, so off to a really good start here in non-conference play. The 2-1. Gets the high strike there from Jeff Gorman, 2-2.
Got that low strike for the first one, high strike for the second one.
And if you're a pitcher here, you just got to get within 3 inches of any part of the plate, and you're going to get the call. 2-2, swing and a miss, so nice quick inning for Dustin Oliver. 1, 2, 3, and partner, we're going to do a little switch here. You'll be doing the play-by-play here in the 5th and 6th inning, so when we come back, Big Kahuna doing a little PBP.
Hello, my name is Alex Nesikevich, freshman outfielder. Thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
And we head into the top of the 5th inning. Nathan Janess pitching a gem of a ball game on the hill. 5 strikeouts, giving up just 2 hits. And Mitchell West at the plate hits it sharply. Rubalcaba goes over, backhands it, long throw in time, and just gets him. What a play by the vacuum at shortstop. Boy, he's fun to watch.
Just stop it. I mean, that was Derek Jeter-esque right there. I mean, that was 1996 Derek Jeter going away from the second base bag, able to pick it, go off his back foot, and throw a rocket over to first base. I mean, Rubalcaba, man, just stop it.
So Ryan Walsh, the second batter, steps in, promptly lifts this one into foul territory off by way of the third base side of play. And so the count 0-1.
And Rubalcaba, I mean, how fun is this kid to watch just playing defense at short?
Another pitch, another foul ball, almost the same location.
And talking to Tyler Stover last week, we got into I wouldn't say a debate, but we were talking about Bubba Johnson along with Rubalcaba. He made a great point. He said, listen, Rubalcaba's good, but once he proves it in big games, that's when you can kind of draw that comparison.
That pitch just outside. So that'll make the count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Rubalcaba, very, very solid. But we saw Patrick Johnson in the playoffs do it as well. And that's something Rubalcaba still is looking for. Hopefully with the Falcons this year, they'll be able to make a return to the playoffs after being out last year.
And the start Rubalcaba's had this year, batting nearly 500, a hit in all 11 games so far this year against some of the better teams in all of Northern California.
Next pitch by Janess, way outside. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now.
Don't do it. I'm pretty sure the count's 2-2. You can't copy that scoreboard. I tried telling you.
That one in the dirt. So that'll be ball 2. I'm going with Mark. So 2-2 the count. On deck, the dangerous Jake Shiner.
And you just saw the home plate umpire, Jeff Gorman, with the 3-2.
Thank you. That one, fly ball. Left fielder coming in, Nesikevich, and makes the catch right at the foul line. So that'll be the second out of the inning.
And you got to love Nesikevich there, making the play he should. He's an outfielder. You make the call on that one, even though you got Rubalcaba, maybe the best defensive player in all of Northern California. But Nesikevich there, a nice play in foul territory.
Yeah, outstanding outfielder, and that's one of the reasons why he's been in the lineup, still waiting for his hitting to really come together. But he is an excellent defensive outfielder. All right, here's the first pitch in the dirt to Jake Shiner, the shortstop. hitting .438 coming into today's game. Flight out to right field back in the second inning. His second plate appearance of the day. Jeunesse set. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
And Jake Shiner came on with really the only scoring opportunity for Santa Rosa in this game. He had Zach Hall at third base with 2 down, and Jeunesse went right after him and got the fly out.
Another swing and a miss. So Jeunesse, boy, he's coming right after Shiner.
And Jake,
so far, Shiner coming up empty.
Yeah, Jake Shiner really in the top 10 and 3 or 4 categories in Northern California batting.
That one in the dirt. Bounces almost all the way back out to the mound to Jeunesse. He just goes over, casually picks it up. Thanks, Mr. Acosta. And he'll go back to work. Quickly 2 outs already here in the top of the 5th. Here's the next pitch. It's lifted to right center. Dodson going over. Evans calling him off and makes the catch.
I don't think Evans knew how many outs there were. He's throwing it back in.
3 up, 3 down. We're going into the bottom of the 5th. No score here at Billy and Louise Yarborough.
Solano Community College transformed my life.
And gave me the opportunities I needed to succeed.
I received the same university caliber education.
Without the pressures of debt holding me back. Affordable and flexible. I fulfilled my undergraduate classes.
Getting to the information I truly have a passion for.
The decision to attend SCC empowered my future.
And made my dream of attending Yale University a reality. Solano Community College, the educated choice.
All right, coming up for the Falcons, the 2 Vacaville boys. First, Ian Acosta followed, Darian Evans from Rodriguez, then Connor Dick, another Vacaville grad. Those will be the 3 batters coming up for the Falcons, and they'll be facing Dustin Oliver, who's been going toe-to-toe with Nate Jeunesse. What an outstanding pitching performance by both of these young men in today's game.
Yeah, only 4 hits allowed combined from both pitchers here. Solano has 3 of the 4 hits in this one. Actually, 5 hits.
And that one's ripped back to the pitcher. Oliver gets under his legs and out into center field. And so Ian Acosta greets Oliver with a sharply hit single back over the mound into center field, and the Falcons have the leadoff runner aboard.
And Darian Evans looking over at Stover. He's like, oh, really? Do I really have to bunt here, Coach? Fine.
Yeah, Coach Stover, he doesn't care who you are, what you're batting. Runner on first.
I don't, you know what, though? I don't remember seeing Tommy Pavesi ever bunt.
Oh, I bet he did.
I don't know.
Ooh, high and tight.
Little chin music to the former football star, the linebacker. Also helped Rodriguez win a section title in baseball. I believe that team had Dylan Dumapay on it also.
All right, Oliver set. There goes the runner, and Evans lifts this one into center field. Nagata right there, calls it, and Acosta will scamper back to first. So 1 out here. Bottom of the 5th, no score, and now Connor Dick strolling up to the plate.
I'm a little shocked. Stover let his guy, Darian Evans, swing away. And it didn't really pan out right there, but that just shows you the confidence that Stover has in a guy that's batting 182 so far this year. And Darian Evans, a guy that's, or maybe he just ignored Stover because they're having a little chat right now.
So throw over by Oliver. Acosta gets back.
But getting back to Darian Evans, he's going to be an important piece for Solano here. I mean, he's one of the guys in Stover's lineup that has a little bit of pop.
Next pitch, and it looked like he went for the bunt, didn't get it. Now they've got Acosta in a rundown, and they're going to get him as the first baseman comes over to apply the tag. So it looked like the Falcons had something going with Acosta getting on with that leadoff single, but now 2 outs here. Connor Dick still at the plate.
Yeah, Connor
Nobody
Dick
on.
just could not get the bunt down there. I mean, it was Acosta had too big of a lead over at first. His count 0-1.
It was a tough bunt, too. A lot of motion
Off
on
speed,
that
yeah.
pitch. And Oliver set. Here's a pitch, and it's ripped into right field, but right where Zach Hall is, takes 2 steps in, makes the catch, and that's it. 1 hit, nobody left, and at the end of 5, no score.
Hi, I'm Jay Wagner, freshman pitcher. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Well, 2 Saturdays in a row, Zach, 2 outstanding games. Last Saturday, we saw the Falcons battle undefeated #1 in Northern California, Delta. Lost that game 3-2, and now going toe-to-toe with the Bear Cubs from Santa Rosa. That pitch is fouled out of play as Jake Hedrick comes up to the plate to face Janest. He'll be followed by Michael Reynolds, and then back to the top of the order with Bryce Nagata, the center fielder.
And this game really shows you what both programs are all about. Good pitching and good defense.
That pitch a little low by Janess, so that'll even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, you're absolutely right, and especially with the change in bats 3 years ago, you just don't see the same kind of pop and home runs that you used to. That one is ripped, but the second baseman, Lenny has it, flips over to Webster at first. Boy, that's going to be a play we're going to have to look at again. Might be in one of our top 10 plays. That was outstanding, and Lenny made it look easy.
I mean, Lenny saw his boy, his counterpart over at short, kind of hogging all like the SN top 10 plays. And
he goes,
Josh
I can do
Lenny's
that
like,
too, baby.
All right, baby, I got that. And then I'm going to do a little somersault after.
So Michael Reynolds at the plate.
But what a play by Lenny. I mean, a strong throw off his back foot, too.
And that pitch fouled back. That was coming right at. Not quite a flinch. That was just a little side move.
Let me ask the judges, and they say yes. I saw the little blink in your eyes there, sir.
Janess said, here's the next pitch. Takes a little off that one. Nice movement over for a strike. So the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Janess, as you said earlier, Zach, boy, he works quickly. Out of the windup and the pitch, and it's a dribbler. Lenny coming in from second, scoops it up, flips to first, and that'll be the second out of the inning.
So back-to-back 4-3 putouts, and man, Janess just pitching, letting his defense do the work, and Janess making his 4th start, and now equaling the longest start he's had this year, 5 2/3, and that's what he did last week in that 3-2 loss to Delta. Went 5 2/3, allowed 3 earned runs, had 4 strikeouts and 3 walks. So right now he's at the same point, 5 2/3.
Facing Bryce Nagata now. That first pitch just a little bit outside for a ball.
And Nagata has not seen Janess well at all, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Wow, where'd that one miss?
Just a little inside, and I think Nagata thought that ball was going to hit him at first.
Yeah,
nice movement.
Janess has that hook working here today. It looks like it's going to
That's fouled. Webster coming over. And that's out of play. Good attempt by the freshman first baseman.
Yeah, that's the big difference I've noticed with this Falcons team compared to last year. Defensively, much improved. Last year, a little bit of a struggle there, especially in non-conference play. Defensively, a ton of errors, and they have really fixed that problem here this year.
That one at the knees. Good pitch by Janest.
So trying to get Bryce Nagata for the 3rd straight time. Struck him out in the 1st, struck him out in the 3rd, and trying to get him here in the 6th.
Going for the hat trick. Outside, in the dirt for a ball.
And Nate Janest, I mean, he just has all things clicking here today. And it's got to feel great for a pitcher. You got your off-speed working. You're painting with the fastball.
He's just got a nice rhythm today. And that one's lifted into center field. Dodson going back, but he's there in time. Makes the catch. That'll do it. 3 up, 3 down. Janest is now retired. 8 in a row as we head to the top of the 6th. No score.
Hello, my name is Darian Evans. I'm a sophomore outfielder. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports Network.
Baseball is life. There are many things that go into being a great Solano College athlete. The 3 main things that stick out in my mind are being a great player on the field and being a great student off the field. Also, you just have to be a good person. I do my part here at Solano for the academic side. I have an average of a 3.8 GPA in 3 semesters here so far. I'm taking classes to transfer to a 4-year. I'm on track for 2 AAs, 1 in liberal arts and in business. Other things I pride myself in are having a good situation at bat, knowing what's going on, and how I can help my team win every inning, every at bat, every pitch, how I can help my team win. Being a Solano College student athlete has taught me so much that there's way more than baseball than just strictly just sitting at the game and just playing. being a student first and foremost has got to be your priority, because if you can't get grades, you can't play in the first place. So that's important. Establishing bonds with my teammates is also important too. These guys are your family. You will spend hours and hours and hours with these guys, and if you can't learn how to work with them, it's not going to be good. Continue to strive to be the best student, teammate, and person I could be, because ball is life.
And we're actually heading into the bottom of the 6th. Coming up for the Falcons will be Alex Nesikevich. He'll be followed by Joey Dodson and then Josh Lenny.
And here, if you're Solano, here in the bottom of the 6th, no score, and Dustin Oliver doing a great job through this one. But in this inning, you got to find a way to get a couple of guys on base for the heart of the order. You got Rubalcaba due up 4th in the inning, and Bo Siegel, the 3-4 hitter. So you got to find a way to get them guys with runners on.
Nesikevich lays down the bunt. He's going to beat it out. Hedrick couldn't even make the throw coming in. Looked like it just bounced out of his glove. Doesn't make the throw, so Nesikevich on with a drag bunt single, and up comes Joey Dodson. Falcons trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, one of the benefits for us doing the game is we're the official scorekeepers, at least for the Solano College Sports Network side. That's a bunt single, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, excellent, well-executed bunt. Throw over, but Nesikevich gets back easily.
And you got to expect your leadoff hitter, Joey Dodson, to get the bunt down here. And
even though we struggled last time at bat, trying to bunt, fouled off 2 pitches, and then ended up striking out. So Dodson 0 for 2 today, goes for the bunt, and it's going to dribble foul along the first base side of play. And so Falcons trying to get something going here. Falcons last night, women's basketball team defeated Mendocino in their last conference game of the season, clinching a tie with Laney College, their second Bay Valley Conference championship in a row.
How about the job Matt Borchard's done?
Unbelievable.
I mean, the whole drama, everything that happened this year with the women's basketball squad and with Borchard to keep that team and to keep them on track, win another BBC title. Of course, they're sharing this one with Laney, correct? I mean, just the job Borchard's done this year really shows you how good of a coach he really is. I mean, I don't know if many coaches will be able to handle what he went through this year.
That pitch gets by the catcher, and so Nesikevich, he's going to waltz down to second base. That one was in the dirt. No chance for Haug there to block it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. When you and the Falcons were doing so well in basketball. They had I think an 18-game win streak going on in conference play. They lost a couple games, but Coach Borchard able to get them back on track with just 8 players, finish the season still tie.
How about
get their second? Laura Lawson, outstanding. 20 rebounds last night.
Wow.
Leads the state in rebounds. Here's the pitch, a little bit. Oh, gets the corner.
And
Dodson thought that was outside, pulled the ball back, but home plate umpire says, no, that's a strike, kid.
That's what we were talking about with consistency. And, I mean, both Oliver and Janest have been getting that outer part of the plate the entire game. So nothing to be shocked about.
Next pitch over for a strike. Ring him up, strike 3 call. Dodson not happy with the call, shakes his head, walks back to the dugout. So that'll be 1 out. Nesikevich down at second, and up to the plate strolls Josh Lenny.
And if you're a hitter, you need to be aggressive. There's a big-time strike zone here today, so you got to swing at pitches, especially with 2 strikes. I mean, at worst, you got to find a way to get a ball down to the right side and try and get Nesikevich over to third.
Here's a pitch by Oliver, and this is hit, but right to the third baseman, Hedrick. Looks back the runner to second and throws out Lenny, so that'll be the second out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Nice job by Hedrick there to field that one, and look, Nesikevich back to second and make an accurate throw to first base. Now, looking at Alex Nesikevich, he's only the 4th base runner in this entire game that has been on second base or in scoring position, and Stover's got his guy up right here with 2 outs.
Yeah, this is exactly how you want it, especially in this game where no runs have been scored, runs at a premium. You've got your best hitter at the plate with Nesikevich on second. Big lead, but Oliver looks him back.
And if I'm Rubalcaba right here, I'm going to be aggressive early. The thing with Oliver is he's usually got that first pitch strike, so he might get a fastball to hit right here. So if I'm Stover right here, I'm letting Alvaro swing at this first pitch.
And here it comes, but it's high.
And that's why I don't coach.
I think if that's over the plate, though, he's going after it. You're absolutely right. Got to be aggressive here in this situation.
And you see Rubalcaba there. He's adjusting to the strike zone, just crowding home plate right now.
That one in the dirt. Good stop by Haug there.
Yeah, that was huge because then you would allow Nesikevich there to get an extra 90 feet over to third, and that would make it a lot easier for Solano to get the first run on board here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, you might even see the infield play in. A little bit more room for Rubalcaba. So nice play by Haug, the catcher. There, Dustin Oliver looks Nesikevich back to second.
Yeah, definitely in a 0-0 game in the bottom of the 6th inning. If that ball would have got past the catcher Ryan Haug, you would definitely see the infield playing in. I mean, a big-time run over at second base here with 2 outs.
Here's the pitch, outside corner for a strike.
And that's just a perfect 2-0 pitch. I mean, you paint the outside corner right at the knees, and you've been getting that strike call all game, and Dustin Oliver goes right back to it. It's a perfect 2-0 pitch.
Oliver set. Checks the runner. Nesikevich back. Oliver steps off the mound.
And Rubalcaba right now, I mean, from first to second right here on the right side, he's got a big-time hole to get that one through as the second baseman. Michael Reynolds is holding on Alex Nesikevich there at second base. And the first baseman, Weston Bryan, playing way off the bag.
And he goes there, but the second baseman able to get over Reynolds. Nice play. Throws out Rubalcaba. So the Falcons were knocking on the door, but once again, the opportunity to score a run is thwarted as we go to the top of the 7th. No score here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium.
Hi, I'm Roland Tyler. I'm a sophomore pitcher at Solano. Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Jesse Phipps, freshman outfielder. Thanks for watching the Solano College Sports.
Well, through 6 innings, nobody has been able to find any offense, and that's due in large part to the success Nate Janest has had on the hill, along with Dustin Oliver, the starting pitcher for Santa Rosa. Janest has gone 6 shutout innings so far. Ball 1 outside and low to Ryan Haug, who's 1 for 2. Had a line out to Connor Dick back in the first and had a single in his last at-bat to lead off the 4th. Ended up getting erased by an inning-ending double play hit by Zach Hall in the 4th inning. Count now 1-1. And Nate Janess is out there working very quickly as that curves in the dirt, 2-1. And Ryan Haug batting .323 this year for Damon Needlinger's squad, the Santa Rosa manager, who's really one of the top managers or top coaches in all of California. His 15th season, he's led Santa Rosa to 3 Final Four appearances, 1 state championship in 2005, and one of those 3 Final Four appearances. He wasn't the head coach, but he was one of the major assistant coaches at Santa Rosa back in 1999. And Santa Rosa, I mean, they've had a ton of legit players come in and out, and really the biggest name, as that one misses the count now full, was Johnny Gomes, the current outfielder for the Atlanta Braves. And I know a lot of people here in the Bay Area very familiar with Johnny Gomes here, one of the big members. As Rubalcaba with the diving stab, but is not going to have a play. That just shows you the skill that Rubalcaba has at shortstop. Just the range, able to keep that one in the infield, but Ryan Haug, the speedy catcher, able to get down the first baseline without a throw. So Haug now 2 for 3. So now Santa Rosa has the heart of the order coming up here with their leadoff man, Ryan Haug, aboard. Weston Bryan, the number 3 hitter, followed by Zach Hall and Mitchell West. So Santa Rosa hoping they can get a run on here and take the lead in the top of the 7th. Nobody has touched home plate yet. High fastball, ball 1. And we'll see how Janest is going to do here. It's the first time all season he has pitched in the 7th inning. So see if he loses a little bit here as this game goes on. He's just been fantastic here through 6. As the throw over to first baseman Garland Webster, holding on the runner Ryan Haug. So the count 1-0 here to Weston Bryan, the left-handed hitter going against the righty Janest. And Bryan trying to get the bunt down to get Ryan Haug into scoring position. Pulls it back, and this one goes right between short and third as Connor Dick was playing up, trying to wait for the bunt, but a good job by Weston Bryan, able to pull the bat back and just hit a quick ground ball right past Dick. So runners now on first and second with nobody out, with the cleanup hitter, Zach Hall, up, and he probably hit the hardest ball so far today with that leadoff double back in the second.
Boy, leave for second, come back, and Santa Rosa that quickly has got something cooking here, top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, back-to-back singles for Haug and Weston Bryan. Zach Hall showing bunt. And gets the bunt down the third base side. Connor Dick fields it. A low throw, but nice job by Garland Webster, able to pick it up. So one down, and Hall does his job, gets 2 runners now into scoring position with only 1 out, and we'll see if Stover might put up the 4 fingers here and open up a double play opportunity. But you don't see that as often here in community college baseball or even Division I college baseball. You see that more in Major League Baseball. So we're going to probably see Janess go after the hitter here, and really the first time Janess has been in trouble in this one. Only the second and third base runner Santa Rosa's had past second here today. That one a little off the plate, ball 1.
And so Mitchell West, big opportunity, freshman from Montgomery, so played high school ball with Josh Lenny, the second baseman for the Falcons.
Falcons infield playing in here. Connor Dick muffs it. Able to stay with it, though, and get the out at first base. There's the first baseman, Garland Webster, now. Might have rolled his ankle on the bag there. Limping a little bit. 2 down now in the inning, and if Connor Dick fields that one cleanly, you got to play at home plate there.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. He was looking at the runner coming home to decide whether or not that's where he was going to go, and just that split second, that little bobble, cost him that chance to try to eliminate the run, but still stays with it, gets over to first, and gets the all-important second out here.
So Ryan Haug comes in to score. Weston Bryan now over at third with 2 down. And Garland Webster able to walk it off. So Santa Rosa, first run of the game here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, I was sure the run came home, but I'm looking out at the scoreboard. I still see,
What
like
did I
said,
tell you?
I know.
He got me in the first. Not happening again, buddy. So Ryan Walsh trying to get another run on the board here. And this has really been the only time they've had any success on Janest, and it was a ground ball up the middle. Rubalcaba made a great play and no chance to throw out the runner. And then with the infield, or with Connor Dick playing in, thinking a bunt was coming, and Weston Bryan able to pull it back and hit a sharp single down between short and third. Now count 1-1 to Ryan Walsh.
Boy, nice pitch by Janess there. Boy, he's been working the outside part of the plate, both sides, to both righties and lefties.
And I think we're looking at the Falcons' best pitcher here today. This one skied, foul territory. Might be a play for Connor Dick, and it goes just on the other side of the fence, so that'll go down as a strike. Strike 2, that is.
Yeah, Janess definitely off to the better start. But Chris Rost, he's gonna get it together. He's gonna be there for the Falcons. And
Dylan Dumape has only made 1 start this year, and then along with Dustin Labid, he made a start.
He started the game Thursday.
Yeah, got the loss in that one. 7-2 loss to these Bear Cubs. 1-2. This one hit foul down the third base side.
Walsh just a little late getting around on that one.
And in that game, Falcons lost 7-2. Santa Rosa had 11 hits. Solano had 8. Only 1 extra base hit combined, though.
And the Falcons didn't pitch that poorly. It was really the defense that let them down in that game.
Yeah, Chris Ross gave up 5 runs, but only 3 earned. As Janess comes inside.
Big pitch.
And gets Ryan Walsh looking. So Santa Rosa does get a run on the board, and they're now up 1-0. So we head into the bottom of the 7th.
My name is Alvaro Bacaba. I'm a sophomore infielder, and thanks for watching Solano College Sports Network.
Hello, this is Tyler Stover from the Solano College Sports Network. I'm here on a brisk afternoon of the Blue-Gray game. I'm here with Nate Janest and Chris Ross, the aces of the staff. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. Thank you for asking. Doing great.
Fantastic. All right, so we're just going to ask a few questions today, pitching questions. First one's going to be for you, Chris Ross. How important do you think keeping hitters off balance with their off-speed pitches are?
It's extremely important because you get that first pitch fastball strike and you have to come back and keep them off balance because they're going to be expecting something. And if you want to keep them off balance, you got to throw off speed. And I really rely on my changeup just to get them out in front and hopefully they roll over or hit a little pop up and just do my thing.
And for Janess, how important do you think location is? Especially, he talked about getting guys off with their off-speed pitches, but how important do you think location is?
I think location is the most important part of pitching. I mean, you can be a velocity guy, but location is the most important. If you can hit your spots, you can get guys out. 3 pitchers or less is our goal here at Solano, and keep the pitch count down, keep the game moving. So location, location, location is what we preach here.
And bottom 7th. I mean, Chelsea's barely giving me any time to stretch over here. She don't even give us a countdown. Like, hey, we on.
Go.
We on. But bottom of the 7th here, Falcons got their 4, 5, and 6 horses up.
Time for the Falcons to go.
Down 1-0, and boy, Dustin Oliver has been pitching great, though. But just the same thing with Nate Janess. Not a guy that's gone the length of games, has good numbers, but he's only gotten 11 innings in his 2 previous starts leading up to this game. Bo Siegel, left-handed hitting designated hitter.
And real impressed with Janess in that last inning. Had those 2 leadoff hits, but able to limit the damage to 1 run. That could have been a big inning. Nice pitch, my
Nasty.
goodness.
1-1. Bo Siegel, 1 for 2. Had a double to lead off the second, stranded at third. And then grounded out to Jake Shiner. Nasty pitch again, 1-2, swing and a miss. As Bo Siegel hit his first home run of the season in their 12-9 win on Tuesday here against Hartnell.
Falcons could use another one from Mr. Siegel right about now.
This one hit well, but foul down the right side. And this is one of the toughest ballparks to hit a home run in, especially when the wind's not blowing out. And you look at the flagpole, there's no wind here today. As we get into March and getting closer to April, we'll see that wind pick up. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Dustin Oliver.
So excellent pitch by Oliver there.
Strikeout number 6.
Yeah.
Now batting first baseman, number 15.
Garland Webster. 0 for 1. Had a sac bunt in the second, struck out, and his only official at bat to end the 4th. A little bit of an ankle injury in the top half of the inning, but able to walk it off.
Yeah, I was watching him when he walked up to the plate, and he...
You know how it is with those rolled ankles.
Hurts really bad, and then 5 minutes later, you're good to go.
1-0. Good take. 2-0.
Yeah,
and
good.
That's the difference between a sprained ankle and a rolled ankle. After 5 minutes, if it's still hurting and starting to swell a little bit, go ahead and get the wheelchair. 2-0. This one hit well. And this will go down as a 1-out single for Garland Webster. So, ankle's fine.
Yeah, boy, he's really off to a good start. He's a good-looking freshman ball player out of Armio. And, you know, the Falcons have really had some good players come out of Armio High School over the years. Of course, Vic Romero out of Armio. Ethan Gibbons, the outstanding pitcher for the Falcons, out of Armio High School.
And David Hostler, who's off to a great start this year, another
Out of
Armio
Armio.
guy. As Webster was taken off on the pitch, but Ian Acosta fouls this one out of play. And I've been very impressed with Mr. Acosta here this year. He's always been a really good catcher defensively, but this year he's doing it with the bat. Batting just under 300. Had a single back in the 5th. 1 for 2. So the hit and run was on last pitch. Oliver throws over to first. And that's been the thing with Oliver, too, and there just hasn't been that big difference between him pitching out of the stretch or not in the stretch. Sometimes you'll see starters struggle with that, but it hasn't been the case with Mr. Oliver at all here today. Runner takes off. Acosta had a big hole between first and second. That should allow Webster to get all the way to third. Head first slide, and he is in safely. So runners now on the corners with only one out.
Boy, and good jump by Webster. Hit and run was on, and you saw Reynolds cheating over towards the bag, left that big gap between first and second, and great bit of hitting by Acosta. He just knocked it through the gap, and now runners at first and third. Falcons trying to tie this thing up, down a run here in the bottom of the seventh.
And you just need D-Money to do what he's done in both previous at-bats, hit a fly ball. Skied one to right in the second, and skied one to center back in the fifth. So Darian Evans up here with the tying run on third. Runners on the corners, only one out. Very aggressive hitter.
And Coach Stover's got to be happy with how well that hit and run was executed by Acosta and Garland Webster.
And that just shows you the trust he has in Ian Acosta. Off the inner part of the plate, ball one.
Yeah, that a little too inside to get the strike called for Oliver. And looked like he was just trying to back Evans a little bit off the plate. Evans really cheating in towards the plate.
Throw over to first. Acosta back easily. And that's the thing you have to do as a hitter today. I mean, the outside part of the strike zone's been stretched a little bit, so if you're a hitter, you got to hover around home plate, and that's what Darian Evans is doing right now. Fouls this one off his foot. Had a pitch to hit right there.
He did. He wanted that. He really got his money's worth on that swing, but just fouls it up.
And you can see him shaking his head after that.
Yeah.
I wanted that one. And Jeff Gorman doing the respectable thing there. Sees Evans foul a ball off his foot. Home plate's already clean. I mean, no one's been close to touching it really all game, but brushes it off a little bit there. Give Evans a couple extra seconds. They got Acosta picked off.
Yeah,
and he goes for it. We're going to have a play at the plate, and he is gunned down. And Acosta able to scamper into second base, but nice play there by the Santa Rosa infielder there to perfect throw. And Garland Webster gunned down at home. It looked like he might have got under the tag. It was hard to see, but the ball clearly beat him there, and the tag was applied. Pretty close play, but I got to think Jeff Gorman got that call right.
Yeah, Falcons being aggressive there. Not sure if that was a called play where they're trying to get the runner in the rundown.
I highly doubt it with
well,
one
I was
out.
watching Stover the way he was shaking his head.
Happy.
I don't think that was the call there.
Well, I'll tell you what, you just got to forget about it. You still got a runner in scoring position. Ian Acosta now at second base. So if Evans can just get a single here, we might see another play at home. Nice pitch there, 1-2 now.
So Evans in a bit of a hole here.
Stover having a chat with Evans, swing the bat. You've seen the strike zone that's been established here today. Don't take any pitches. So now Darian Evans, you got to think he's going to probably swing at anything here now after Stover. Having a little chat. Bottom seventh, 2 down. Acosta on second. Evans calls time.
Yeah, Oliver really taking his time looking at Acosta at second. Evans said, okay, I need a break here. Calls time, steps out.
So there's 2 outs in the inning as Bo Siegel struck out. And then they got runner down at home plate.
Good rip by Evans there, just fouls it out of play. And the Falcons, you know, after executing that nice hit and run, then Acosta gets in the pickoff, and Webster tries to score, gets thrown out.
And against quality teams like Santa Rosa, you can't do those mistakes. I mean, it's that simple. Nice take, 2-2. So good at bat here by Darian Evans. And I think him along with Chris Ross, I think those are going to be their 2 most important players that will tell you how Solano does this season. Because Evans is a guy that can come in and fill that lack of power. 2-2. Evans takes the high fastball outside to count full. And then Chris Ross, of course, was their ace coming in this year. And Solano's probably going to go as far as he takes them because the bullpen is set. Top of the order is set.
Defense
is set.
Looking pretty solid.
Evans hits this one. Nice job by the third baseman, Hedrick, and able to just tag out Acosta. And Acosta, not a good inning on the base pass here. So the Falcons had a chance here, but strand a couple of runners. Through 7, down 1-0. Well, partner, how about the job Nate Janess did? He goes 7 innings in line right now to get the loss, though. Only 1 run allowed, and they bring in A-squared Austin Abernathy out of the pen, making his 4th appearance on the season. A little outside and low, ball 1, and Abernathy, no record this year. 1.50 earned run average, has 2 saves, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Outside corner, strike 1 there to Jake Shiner, looking for his first hit here this afternoon. He's flown out to right field 2 times. The 1-1, hit up the box, nice stab. Lenny, throw off his back foot and pulls Webster off the bag. So I'm going E4 on that one.
Yeah, that was a tough play. You know, I think that one goes either way. It was a great effort by Lenny, but again, having to throw off his back foot and throw just got away from him a little bit high. Good job by Webster going for the catch coming off the bag, but at least preventing the runner from getting over to second base.
And I don't think Lenny realized how much time he had, to get set and make a strong throw over to first. So Jake Hedrick gets the bunt down. Abernathy only plays to first. 1 down, so the number 8 hitter, Jake Hedrick, a guy that was 1 for 14 coming into that at bat, does his job and moves the runner an extra 90 feet into scoring position with 1 out.
And Abernathy coming in, this is a guy that Coach Stover, I think, is really high on. Someone that's going to come out of the bullpen, especially in the late innings, might even be the closer for the Falcons once we get into conference play. Outstanding pitcher, just a freshman out of Napa High.
Yeah, leading the team with 2 saves this year, the righty.
Oh.
And this one hits the number 9 hitter, Michael Reynolds, right in the
buttocks. Where all the padding is.
For some people. So now runners on first and second for Bryce Nagata. Looking for his first hit. I tell you, he's happy that Nate Janess is out of the game as Janess struck him out twice.
Yes, he is.
Hit a weak fly ball to center. So Abernathy hoping he can get a sharply hit ground ball here. High, ball 1. And I was talking about this earlier. Stover's got that 3-hitter monster out of the bullpen, and I was comparing him to the Kansas City Royals. So I would say Abernathy is their Wade Davis, who was just a shutdown setup guy for the Royals. And even though, as that one catches the outside corner for strike 1, even though Derek Holland is their closer, Wade Davis is the Royals' best relief pitcher. And, of course, you got Kelvin Herrera, the 7th inning guy, and then Derek Holland, the closer. 1-1, strike 2. So strikeout situation right here for Abernathy, ahead on Bryce Nagata, 1-2.
And Abernathy, big kid, throws hard, about 6'4", 180-pounder. And he's got some velocity.
A 1-2. Good job by Nagata. Fouled it straight back.
Good pitch by Abernathy there. Took a little bit off that pitch, had a little movement, and the hitter out in front, Nagata.
So we'll do it all over again, 1-2. Nagata hits this one, and that one's going to stay foul. So Nagata, good job just staying alive. We'll see at least one more pitch.
Yeah, I think he realized that was a strike at the last minute. I got to get my bat out here.
Especially with the strike zone we've seen today.
So good reaction by Bryce Nagata, the freshman center fielder.
Nagata coming into today's game, batting .243. That average dipping a little bit, 0 for 3 so far. A hit right here will keep him right about his average. Good take, outside, 2-2.
And nice job by Acosta there, moving out, blocking the plate.
He's got to after running into outs in the bottom of the 7th. And I felt bad for the guy. I mean, he had to put on his catcher's gear, and Stover's just right there. It's like, he did a good job. He just took it. Nothing else he can do. 2-2. double play ball. Hit a little too short. Rubalcaba showing off that cannon.
Oh, my gosh.
Not in time, though. Good job by Nagata, the leadoff hitter, showing off his speed and beating it out. Rubalcaba made a nice play going away from the second base bag and threw a laser. But
and the ball wasn't hit that hard, so he had to wait on it. He's got the runner crossing in front of his sight line, still fields it cleanly, strong throw, just not quite enough time.
And that was my mistake, too. I thought that ball was hit a little harder initially, too, but it took 3 hops before Rubalcaba even got it and almost made a spectacular play getting the out. But now the bases are loaded, and Ryan Haug, who started off the rally in the 7th inning with the leadoff single, came around to score the only run of the game. 323 average, and trying to add to his RBI total on the year with 6. Has the bases loaded with 1 out, and the count 1-0.
So big opportunity for the Bear Cubs to get a little breathing room here. Only up by a run, 1-0.
1-1.
I mean, we're in the top of the 8th. Base hit here probably plates 2 runs. Big pitch by Abernathy there. Just went after him. Here, hit this kid. Haug tried, but comes up empty. Boy, and there you see Abernathy. He is locked and loaded. Really focused.
Situation here, 1-2. Nasty. Have a seat, Ryan Haug. 2 down. Big time out right there from Austin Abernathy. And he's 1 out away from getting out of the jam. And that'd be huge, and then you get a little Uncle Mo on your side going in the dugout. As the Falcons are only down to 6 outs left, down 1-0, and it's huge right here to keep this one a 1-0 deficit.
Yeah, and Haug, he stood at the plate a good 5-10 seconds afterwards. I wasn't sure if he wasn't happy with the call or he was just so impressed with the pitch he couldn't move.
So a big-time strikeout there, and that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Weston Bryan. 1 for 3. Struck out in the 1st, struck out in the 4th, and in his last at-bat in the 7th, had a single as he pulled the bunt back and hit a sharp ground ball right past the third baseman, Connor Dick.
And Abernathy coming out. Ben Coates, the lefty.
Got to go a little lefty-lefty matchup right here. So Austin Abernathy, base is loaded. Gets a big-time strikeout against the catcher, Ryan Haug. And now he will depend on Adam Coates, the lefty. And Coates right there with Abernathy, maybe their second best or their best relief pitcher. No record to show for it. 2.08 earned run average, 1 save on the season. And I tell you who's going to be paying attention a lot in the bullpen or in the dugout for Solano is number 8, Austin Abernathy. He doesn't want that ERA to shoot up. But this is going to be a big situation here, and of course Santa Rosa's not going to pinch hit for the number 3 hitter, so you got to favor Coates in the matchup, be lefty versus lefty against Weston Bryan.
And while we have a second here, just want to thank our crew today here on the Solano College Sports Network. Our executive producer today, Chelsea Williams, doing an outstanding job running the show. We got Anthony Williams, Jake Wade, and out in center field, Gerardo Vargas, all balling on the cameras and running the scoreboard.
Whoa. OG with the ballin'.
That's right, baby. And on the scoreboard, 73-year-old former
73 years young.
Former math teacher in retirement, doing a great job for us here on the Solano College Sports Network, Dale Fawcett. So good crew here today, and we've got a great baseball game. This has been a well-played game. Outstanding. Yeah. Hope you're enjoying it here on the Solano College Sports Network. And remember, a lot of places where you can watch us. Fairfield Cable Access, Channel 28, Think TV. Go to our Facebook page.
What, no Vacaville yet?
Solano College Sports Network on Facebook and YouTube.com/Solano College. The Vacaville guy, he's got to come by and pick the games up, and he's just not real good at that.
Come on, Vac.
We're trying. Charles in charge.
Big situation here. Coates inside, ball 1 to Weston Bryan. Bases loaded, 2 down here, top of the 8th. Santa Rosa trying to get a little insurance here in the top half of the 8th inning. Coates coming in, and it's got to be tough coming in with the bases loaded right out of the bullpen. Nasty pitch, ton of movement. 1-1, and that's got to be very difficult for the Santa Rosa hitters, though. You're going against a guy, Nate Janez, who pitches very quick. Then you got Adam Coates, who comes in, a lefty with just wicked movement. Weston Bryan, 1 for 3. Just outside, maybe a little high, count now 2-1.
And Weston Bryan, probably the most experienced hitter for the Bear Cubs. He's the lone returning starter from last year's squad.
Man, this team's got a bright future. 2-2. Nasty pitch right there from Mr. Coates.
Yeah, they have quite a collection of talented freshmen on this team.
So sophomore versus sophomore battle here with the lefty Adam Coates from Bethel High. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Big time strikeout for Adam Coates as Santa Rosa leaves the bases loaded. Heading to the bottom of the 8th. Falcons down 1-0. Well, a new pitcher out for the Bear Cubs, and before we introduce him, what about the job Dustin Oliver did today, going 7 shutout innings against Solano? But now the new Bear Cub out on the hill is the righty Alec Renard, 1-0 this year with a 3.63 earned run average, making his 5th appearance. Only his 2nd time coming out of the bullpen, though. Has started 3 games for Santa Rosa, 15 strikeouts, only 3 walks, so 5-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio for Mr. Renard. Count now 1-1 to Connor Dick and Alex Nasikevich there in the on-deck circle, and then back to the top of the order with Joey Dotson. As Dick tried to check his swing and fouled that one down the right side, 1-2.
Yeah, that ball was just coming up on him.
So Stover over having a little chat with the dugout. Doesn't really need to coach third base just yet, I guess. Nobody's on base. So count now 2-2 to Connor Dick. 125 average so far this year for Connor Dick, so he's hoping to get things on track. Chopper to third. Hedrick, strong throw. 1 up, 1 down.
Nice play by Hedrick, the third baseman. Because Connor Dick, he runs pretty well. He gets down the base paths quickly.
So really the story of this game, there's been really 2 things that have caught my eyes. Santa Rosa's pitchers doing a very good job pitching, but really the biggest key in this game has been the mistakes from Solano on the base pass. Ball 1 to Alex Nasikevich, number 9 hitter. 1 for 1 today, had a bunt single in his last at-bat and had a sacrifice bunt back in the 3rd. Trying to bunt for another single here. 1-1.
And that's what's been so impressive with the Bear Cubs, with so many freshmen, but they execute so well. You're just not seeing the mistakes that typically you see from a team with a lot of freshmen playing.
1-1. 2 hopper to second. Reynolds flipped to first. 2 up, 2 down for the new pitcher, Alec Renard.
At first, I thought that might have a chance to get through, but it just took a big, lazy hop and just bounced right up to Reynolds for a pretty routine play there. So 2 up, 2 down quickly here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Falcons down to their last 4 outs, and Dodson up at the plate trying to get something going here.
And Dodson looking for his first hit, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, and a final book on Dustin Oliver, went 7 shutout innings, 6 strikeouts, no walks, allowed 7 hits, but able to get out of all the jams as Dodson hits this one a mile high. Shallow left center, easy play for the center fielder, Bryce Nagata. So a quick 1-2-3 inning out of the bullpen for Alec Renard, and through 8, Santa Rosa up 1. Well, Adam Coates out there again trying to keep things going for Stover's squad, and came in a big-time situation and got the strikeout to end the inning with the bases loaded in the 8th against Weston Bryan. Now he starts off this inning against another left-handed hitter, and Zach Hall.
Oh.
Wow.
Strike zone getting even bigger.
I told you, I mean, this was
he's
established
got
earlier.
something going on
Jeff
tonight.
Gorman's got plans at 4 o'clock today.
The wife said, you got to be home at this time, no excuses.
What's the phrase, happy wife, or...
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, I'm never going to know that phrase because my phrase is single life, better life. 1-1 to Zachary Hall. This one, tailing foul down the left side, the 1-2. So important for Solano here to have a quick inning and get the guys back in the box in the bottom of the ninth up quickly, and they'll have 2, 3, and 4 hitters. So Rubalcaba will be up second in the inning, sandwiched in between.
Josh Lenny will be leading it off.
And Mr. Bo Siegel.
Bo knows. Oh.
This one on the other side of Zach Hall.
Yeah, they just got away from Coates, obviously.
And, you know, I love it when I see guys pound their chest like, my fault, my fault. I know that's kind of one of your pet peeves. It's like,
we know it's your fault. Who else threw the ball, right? Yeah, that drives me crazy. My bad. Yeah, we can tell.
Fastball. Tailing. Center. Nice play. Joey Dodson.
Dodson makes it look easy out there. He's just got those long strides and just lopes out there after the ball, tracks it down, makes it look easy. The freshman out there doing work in center field for the Falcons.
Yeah, Joey D showing off the wheels right there, the American Canyon High School graduate, as mentioned earlier. It's a backup running back. Play a little DB, so of course he's going to have good speed. Not as fast as this guy, Jamon Dotson, though. Ball one.
I actually think Dodson started at the other corner, so you had Cisse at one corner, Dodson on the other corner.
Wow.
And that was a good American.
I'm gonna make a guess here. I'm gonna say they were throwing at Joey Dodson a lot because
Yeah.
Chris Cisse now playing a little
He got a lot of
cornerback
work.
in the Pac-12. So
That was a good American Canyon football
it's
team.
a really good team, and they've done a really good job with their football program in a short amount of time. Count 2-1.
And speaking of new programs, too, we'll have a new addition to the Bay Valley Conference,
I saw
Folsom
that.
Lake.
Yeah.
So now 9 teams in the Bay Valley Conference. And remember, conference play starts a week from today, next Saturday.
This one's skied a mile high, and no one's going to be able to get to that one as it's towards the Bear Cubs bullpen area, as Garland Webster gave it a chase but couldn't get there in time.
You know, Webster, pretty good speed
Covering a lot
getting
of
over
ground.
there.
I didn't think he was going to get close, and he was actually within a couple of feet of getting that one.
He's a real athletic kid. Looks good at the plate, good defensively, good wheels. Some really good freshmen on this Falcon team. We've been talking about the freshmen for the Bear Cubs, but the Falcons, they've got some freshmen that can play as well. Webster, one of those.
2-2. This one hit just outside of the dirt area as Garland Webster, the first baseman, makes the catch for the second out. And I was talking about that three-headed monster out of the bullpen, and I would say Coates's there, Derek Holland. And we didn't get a chance to see their Kelvin Herrera. And that would be, of course, David Hostler, the stud freshman pitcher from Armijo High School. And these three guys have just been tremendous for Stover, and it's so huge to have a good bullpen. I know community college baseball, a lot different from Major League Baseball, but the two teams that were playing in the World Series as that one catches lower part of the straight. Two of the biggest reasons why they made the World Series was because of how strong their bullpen was. And everyone talked about the Royals bullpen. Giants bullpen was just as good, if not better, in October especially.
And that defense for the Royals pretty good, too.
Two-hopper. Dick fields it. Strong throw. In time. 1-2-3 inning for Adam Coates. He's faced 4 batters and retired all 4. Falcons need to get a little momentum here in the bottom of the ninth. Down 1-0. Stover's got his 2, 3, and 4 guys coming up here. Josh Lanny, Alvaro Rubalcaba, and Bo Nose. I like that nickname you gave him, Bo Siegel. So you got to... important at bat here to start off for Josh Lenny. You would love to see him get on base. And then if you're Stover, you got a lot of options with Rubalcaba. You can go hit and run. Rubalcaba's got speed, even a guy that could even get a bunt down for a single. But it all starts with Lenny first, as Alec Renard still on the hill.
Yes, time for a little Falcon magic. And, boy, we've seen it over the years here at Billy and Louise Yarborough Stadium. A lot of great comeback victories. Like to see another one now, especially if you're a Falcon fan.
And Lenny just got out of the way of that one. The off-speed, a little high and inside from Alec Renard. 1-1. Lenny hits this one well right over the second baseman's glove. Good job by Zach Hall, the right fielder. Had Lenny positioned perfectly, able to get to that one before it had any chance to get to the gap. So a leadoff single for Josh Lenny, now 1 for 4.
And you said it, Zach. It was so important for Lenny to get this inning started, and he does exactly that. Solid line drive over the head of a leaping Michael Reynolds at second base, and now Rubalcaba up at the plate.
And Rubalcaba probably their best bunter. Takes the strike. So this will be interesting, though, to see what Stover does here. I mean, big time timeout right here. We're going to have a little chat because base running's been an issue for Solano in this one, so Stover making sure that doesn't happen here in the 9th inning. I mean, there's been 2 or 3 outs that Solano has just handed Santa Rosa on the base pass, and you're not going to beat a team that's ranked number 3 in NorCal if you continue to do that. So, Stover,
and that's been the difference in this game.
Yeah, big difference. So Stover said what he needed to say. He said, Lenny, don't you dare run into an out. Rubalcaba, do your job. I guarantee you, with maybe a couple of expletives in there somewhere, is what Stover said to these guys.
Well, this is a group he really likes. He's high on this team. He thinks he's got the nucleus for a really good squad this season.
Rubalcaba. Whew, takes that one just off the plate. Count now 1-1, and this bottom half of the inning is going to really show if Stover's going to have a good whiskey night or a bad whiskey night.
You know, and going back to what Tyler Stover was talking about last week and comparing Rubalcaba to Patrick Johnson,
right
here's a moment.
Gets the bunt down the third base side. Nice job by Jake Hedrick. Throw in time. And that'll go down as the first out. So Rubalcaba does his job, gets Lenny into scoring position. And that'll bring up Bo Siegel and Garland Webster. So those are going to be the 2 guys that really alter how this game ends.
And Garland Webster has been in some situations, and he's come through already this season.
And I believe Garland Webster made the final out against Sac Joaquin Delta after Rubalcaba got the intentional walk.
But Bo Siegel steps in.
Well, we're going to find out
if Bo knows.
Exactly. First pitch strike. So Alec Renard trying to get the 2-out save. A couple of guys juicing up over there for Santa Rosa in the bullpen. A couple of lefties. So maybe not sure why you're not going lefty-lefty match right here with Bo Siegel. Hits this one well, but this one's telling how to play down the left side. So Alec Renard quickly ahead on Bo Siegel, 0-2. And Bo Siegel, I mean, having a really good start to the season, batting over 300. Hit a home run earlier this week, and Stover's hoping he can hit his second of the week. 1 for 3 in this one, had a double in the second. So he's making contact as this one goes out of play down the left side. Falcons down to their final 2 outs. Josh Lenny at second base had a leadoff single. Alvaro Rubalcaba able to move him 90 feet on the sac bunt. So Stover's hoping one of his boys can come up in a clutch situation here. And I mean, it's been a quick game. I mean, it wouldn't be bad to get a little extra innings. The 0-2. Bo lays off the high cheese, 1-2.
So nice little battle here between Bo Siegel and Alec Renard. Game on the line, bottom of the 9th.
And Alec Renard looking for his first save. And only his second relief appearance on the year out of 5 appearances this season. As he looks Lenny back to second. So Stover hoping Bo can come up with a hit here. So good speed on the bases too. So anything hit out of the infield, you would think Stover would send him home.
Uh-oh.
This one is hit well to right. That ball is carrying, and that one is off the fence. And that is going to allow the run to come in and score, and Bo Siegel has himself an RBI triple. Get some, baby.
Boy, an outstanding base running by Bo Siegel. He really got around the base paths quickly. He knew if he could get to third, you've got the winning run on third base and still just 1 out. Big time hit for the kid out of Rodriguez.
And if he just would have had a little bit of wind, that one would have carried out. I mean, he was all over that pitch.
Well, you could hear everybody in the stands behind us going, get out, get out. Not quite enough, but Siegel does his job, gets this game tied up in the bottom of the ninth, and it looks like the Falcon magic is back.
And right there, Alec Renard was ahead in the count, 1-2, but just left it over the fat part of the plate.
He did.
And Bo knows when you do that, he's going to smash it, and he hit that one to right. So now the winning run now 90 feet away. And, man, what about the job Stover has done managing this game? I mean, he's made all the right calls. Rubalcaba gets the bunt down, moves the runner into second. So now it's up to Garland Webster as the infield obviously playing in. The winning run 90 feet away.
Just need a fly ball here from Mr. Webster against a number 3 team.
He wants that walk-off hit, though. This one, and this game's over, folks.
See ya!
That's going to be a walk-off hit for G-Money. Garland Webster as Bo Siegel touches home plate for the winning run. Woo! What a game.
I was telling you, Webster is a freshman to keep your eye on. I like this kid, and that's the second time this season he's been up in a big moment, and the kid delivers. What I'm wondering now, Zach, who's going to be our player of the game?
You got to go with the guy that had the walk-off hit.
We're going with Garland Webster? All right.
Or we could do both. We could go Bo Siegel and Garland
Let's
Webster.
get Bo Siegel and let's get Garland Webster up there. You want to do the interview? Right on, baby, because I didn't know if I wanted to get out there.
And, I mean, circle this date in your calendars. This is going to be a big-time win for the Solano Falcons, down to their final 2 outs against the number 3 team in Northern California. They battle back and get the much-needed win, 2-1. And very impressed from Nate Janest all the way down to clutch hitting when they really took it out of the hands of Alvaro Rubalcaba. Bo Siegel and Garland Webster both stepped up, and that's why I'm going to be interviewing both these cats here in just a sec.
Well, I'll tell you what, partner, let's go to a quick commercial, and then we'll get you out on the field, and we'll see if we can get Bo Siegel and Garland Webster as our post-game guest, Best Buy Player of the Game. We'll be right back, folks.
Well, we are here with the 2 heroes of the game. Garland Webster had the walk-off hit, and Bo Siegel tied things up 1-1 with that monster triple. Now, we'll start with you first, Bo. What were you thinking in that situation with the tie and run over at second base?
Well, I was trying to be aggressive, and I was trying to get a pitch to hit and drive the right side, get that run over at least. And luckily, at 2 strikes, I got a pitch over the plate, and I just drove it out there and got the run over to the job.
Did you think it was gone when you first hit it?
I did think it was gone. You know, I hit it, and I was looking at it, and I was like, come on, let's get out of here, but got the run over, the job was done.
And we'll go ahead and send it to, I like to call you G-Money, Garland Webster here. And what were you thinking in your situation? You knew the winning run was 90 feet away. Were you just trying to make contact right there?
Coach was telling us we work on it every day, hit the back half of the baseball, hit it in the air, get it out there, score that run from third. You know, I mean, I did it, and it ended up paying off.
And how much confidence do you get now as you have one more non-conference game? I mean, you got to feel pretty good getting the walk-off hit to beat the number 3 team in Northern California.
No, it feels great. It's a good confidence booster, but I mean, for everyone. Yeah. Keep it rolling, go in one more conference game, and then start it.
And Bo, you're batting over 300 this year. You had your first home run earlier on Tuesday in that 12-9 win. So what are you feeling right now? Are you feeling pretty good, getting ready for confidence?
Yeah, definitely. I'm ready. The swing's feeling good. I'm ready to go. We're going to do this here.
All right, boy. I know you guys got things to clean up. You got to help your teammates out. For Garland Webster, for Bo Siegel, I'm Zach Popp here with the Solano College Sports Network. We out.